Good morning. This is Seabass, and alongside I have William and I have Xander with me today, and this is PTI. Our first topic of the day is NL West. I know it's been really close with the Giants, the D-backs, and Dodgers, and we're here to discuss who we think is going to win. We'll start with William on this one.
I think the Dodgers will win this division. They had a great trade deadline. They acquired Joe Kelly, Ahmed Rosario. They're 3 games ahead of the Giants right now. They have a favorable schedule coming up. And, they've been the team to beat in the NL West, and I think they continue that success. When you look at their roster, that 1-2 punch of Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts as their first 2 hitters in the lineup is a really tough battle, especially for the Giants pitching staff that has been the strong point of their team. It's a tough lineup to deal with. And especially on that back end with the bullpen coming back healthier as we approach October, I think it's a hard team to beat and a hard lead to catch up to.
Well, I do agree with you. Dodgers would be hard to catch up to, and Diamondbacks 9 games out. They aren't going to come back. But I think the Giants are going to make a push for the NL West because, like you said, we do have the pitchers, and although it may be tough, recently we've swept the Dodgers. We've had some big win streaks. We've been winning games late, and coming in when we've been leading in the 9th inning, we've never lost a game. I think 51-0 so far this season. So I think that the Giants will be able to make a push on the Dodgers as there's 7 games left in the series and only a 4-game gap with about 2 full months left to play of baseball. And I think the Giants are going to win the NL West.
So, what do you guys think is going to help your team the most? What do you think their strong point is on their team? Let's start with you, Xander.
So I think our strong point is our bullpen right now. So like I said, going in the 9th inning, never lost a game when leading past after the 8th. So I mean that's a lot of credit to our closer Camilo Doval, who's the best in the league. And I just don't think Dodgers can hold leads like we can, as shown when we played them about a month and a half ago.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on this. I think the Dodgers have the perfect lineup and the perfect roster to beat the Giants. In 2021, they took down the Giants coming back from the lead. So I know the Dodgers can do it. I don't care about the 51-0. They got Kike Hernandez, who's a plus OPS hitter against lefties. They got Ahmed Rosario. They got a young hitter in James Outman, a great fielding. And once those pitchers get healthy, I really think they have the chance to be the best team in baseball along with the Braves.
Okay, and for a second topic, we're going to talk about the AFC North and who we think is going to take that division. And we'll start with you, William.
I'm going to have to go with the Ravens here. I know the Bengals have held their own in the division last year, but if you remember last year in the wild card, the Ravens almost beat the Bengals, and it was a 1-yard play that changed the game. The Ravens were up 7 with their backup quarterback and almost beat the Bengals and Tyler Huntley. So, I think with Lamar healthy, a new offensive coordinator, those new weapons they obviously got Odell Beckham Jr., they got Zay Flowers. They have an established run game with a solid offensive line. And the defense has always been there. It's always been about health and receivers and weapons for Lamar. In 2019, he had one of the best quarterback seasons of all time with no receivers. So now with even better receivers, I think the sky's really the limit for the Ravens. And since they came up 1 yard short last year with their backup quarterback, I really think they're in a position where it's their division to lose.
So I disagree. I would say the Bengals are going to win the NFC North this year because just like last year, they beat the Ravens in the playoffs, and I think it would help them. The healthy Lamar this year, the whole NFC North, they play smash mouth football with Nick Chubb and the Browns. Steelers aren't competitors this year, but they have a hard run game with Najee Harris, and the Ravens with J.K. Dobbins, Lamar. I think that the Bengals incorporate Joe Mixon a little bit more, give Joe Burrow, put a little bit less pressure on Joe Burrow. I think that they'll make it far again, and maybe even to the Super Bowl like they did a couple years ago.
I'm going to have to disagree on that point. I think with the defense we have and the acquisitions the Ravens have made this offseason, whether it was from the draft or free agency, they're really strong in the secondary. They have some elite, top-notch guys in Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton. And I think where the Bengals really try to attack you is in their pass game, with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. And I think that the secondary for the Ravens is really going to put it over the top because they match up well against their receivers. And the Ravens have two top 5 backs in yards per carry over the past 3 seasons in J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. So, if they can establish the run game, I think it's the Ravens. Ravens to lose.
Well, of course, until the end, I bet it will be close. But I think that the Bengals have the edge and the posting experience, unlike the Lamar and the Ravens roster.
Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great night, and thank you for tuning in.